You took everything from me.
I don't even know who you are.
You will.
What is up? What is up? I got my boy Flavio with me today. No, this is not a Bugle 6 episode. This is a out of nowhere stream. We were talking for a minute on the phone. I was like, dude, if we're going to talk, we might as well just do a live stream real quick before I got to get back to work and get a couple things done before I get my kids. So, dude, we got some heat yesterday and today, really. We're just going to really talk about what we got when I woke up this morning, and that is Scarlet Witch, the Artisan Scarlet Witch, and the sculpted Scarlet Witch. But even yesterday we got what did we get? We got the Predator announced, Jungle Predator announced, and then we got Hera released and Young Ahsoka released. So we've been getting a lot of heat lately. And the Scarlet Witch one, just, you guys know, between this, Spider-Punk and Artisan Black Widow are like my top 3 most anticipated figures this year. So I had to, since I had a chance to go on for a few minutes, I had to talk about this, and who better to do it with than my boy Flavio right now, since we were on the phone with each other. And dude,
bro, we got some heat lately. Hot Toys is definitely all gas, no brakes. So
all gas, no brakes. I smell the exhaust, and they're just going full force. Man, like, you know, and I'm not expecting too many people to be in here right now. You know, we got 4 in the chat, actually. Thank you guys for showing up. It's kind of a spare of a moment, out of nowhere stream, lack of a heads up or anything like that. So real quick, since we're doing this, Boba Fettuccine in the house. Hey all, how are we doing? What is up? Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Good to see you being able to be in the live stream while we're on. So thank you. We got the movie canon as always. Hello all, Brick, Mr. Flavio.
Gio.
But yeah, guys, this is exciting for me. I know, you know, right now, at least when I woke up, I felt like a lot of people were kind of shitting on it because of the hair. Like, and we'll get more into that, but you know, we're going to talk about like before and after the proto versus the blogger photos. We're going to be talking about kind of bringing up some videos to go watch. Whether or not I bring them up on here, I don't know, but just make sure to watch those videos too, because man, like, I don't know, man. I think Hot Toys is bringing the heat lately. I feel like, before we get into it, Flavio, and let me know what you think. I feel like everybody's being very nitpicky with Hot Toys lately. Like, I know they're like at the top, you know, and I just feel like there's a lot of people just nitpicking with Hot Toys because they expect so much that, or they just, I don't know. There's something about it. Like, man, like, I think it looks great. Again, we'll get more into that, but what are your thoughts on that? Just,
yeah, I mean, I feel like just the past, 6 months or so, people have just kind of been, more on the quick to judge kind of side thing.
Yeah.
And not,
well, they're looking at like blogger photos in general are just like, what? yeah. But man, people get the figures in. There's a lot less negativity toward that figure, toward that sculpt. And I feel like we got to pause. We got to think before we speak and not be so quick to judge, like you said. So, guys, we got 6 in the house right now. Make sure to hit that like button. Hopefully you guys can stick around for a while. This is, again, not a Bugle 6 episode, but we do plan on having a Bugle 6 episode this weekend, which is the birthday celebration. It is my birthday. And I got to celebrate with you guys because you guys are my friends. Real quick, I'm just going to bring it up real quick, okay?
Let's do it.
I'm gonna bring up the Scarlet Witch Artisan, and the first picture that shows up, you guys have probably all have already seen this already. But first impressions, first look, man, other than these little swirly things going, I think it looks really, really good. I think the top of the hair looks much better than what we saw in the proto. I think the sculpt looks 10 times better than what we saw in the proto, because I thought she was way too pale. She was way too pale in the proto. protos, and I like what they've done to her. Now, Flavia, I know you and I are talked, and you think that they have the swirls here for good reason. Do you want to kind of elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, we got to take it into account that this is rooted artisan hair with a ton of product that is put into this hair so that wherever it's going to, whatever destination, is somewhat styled in a manner that is, good for the collector. You don't want this thing to be frizzy by the time you get it. So
Right.
I almost feel like these are baked in curls, but they're baked in curls that are going to adapt over time and gonna give you that sense of flow that her hair should have.
Mhm.
Also, you got to think about it. There's people that fully dive in and style their hair themselves. So at the end of the day, you could really make this however you want it to look if you think about it. But I think Hot Toys, what they're doing is that they're giving it that little extra sense of care. It being in that cylinder, being in the box. You got to think about how many times those your shippers and your boxes get thrown around. By the time it gets to you, if there was no product or anything in there to set it into place.
Well, that or if there was a bunch of product, but it was, shaped the way that we want it to be shaped, it ain't going to be shaped like that when we get it, and we're going to have to fix it anyways. So why not just have it set and like, I guess default, right? And then you kind of just make it your own from there, like you're saying. And we got a comment from let me see here. And it totally agree, man. It looks like a Barbie. LOL. We are paying $300 to $400 for a toy. Should we not be picky? Yeah, absolutely, man. Be picky. That's. I didn't mean like don't.
Shout out to.
I just don't. I just don't. Lately, with us Hot Toys fan, including myself, I feel like with blogger photos, we are quick to judge. Let me say that better. We are quick to judge the final product.
Right.
And like, for example, Batman 2.0 BVS. Like many people were very quick to judge that from the first blogger photo that they saw. And, then we started seeing videos, we started seeing more photos, and actually the sculpt looks pretty dang good. And I think, too, with videos that have been released already from like Figure Hideout and other people, I think it looks a lot better than what we've see here. Now, I also think that the sculpted version is beautiful. I think if you go sculpted, man, 100%, if you want to save $100 or more, just get the sculpted. I'm worried about this hair. I'm more worried about fixing up the hair and the glue issues that Hot Toys has been having, more so than I am how this looks right here. Because I know I can fix this if I wanted, like if I really took my time. And there are people like my buddy D-Lo and some other people who know how to do this, know how to fix his hair. And I know I can, work with that. But my fear of pulling that hair out, that's what worries me when it comes to the price and what you're getting and the rooted stuff. But I will say overall, I think that the sculpt itself, looks so much better than what we saw in the proto. I think it's spot on with Elizabeth Olsen, and I'm excited to get this. But yeah, you want to be picky. I should have worded that better. Just quick to judge off of like, the first photo that you see. Because there's been many figures. I can go all the way back to Yelena, the Hot Toys figure in Flavio. I told you this. Like, I can go all the way back to Yelena. When I saw those blogger photos, everyone, including myself, were like, "Ah, man," like a little disappointed because we were excited for that figure. Well, I stuck with it. I didn't cancel. I stuck with that figure, got her in hand, and man, she was like a million times better in person. Was it a 10 out of 10 sculpt? No, but a million times better than what those blogger photos look like. And honestly, way better figure than Black Widow was from that movie.
Right.
So
and
yeah.
And that's kind of my thing. Like, you know, we were talking about it earlier, like there's a part of me that wants to believe that Hot Toys is already looking at the trajectory that they get when they get in hand, you know, reviewers on the day one. I feel like blogger photos are somewhat like a thing of the past. It's kind of obsolete because by the time that these blogger photos come out and people have it in hand day one and they're already showing your little quick, you know, little review of it, that all goes out the window because what's the same thing that has been happening? We've been like, oh, the bloggers suck. Oh, we see it over here from, you know, our
and the
friends.
bloggers do suck. Like lately, they've sucked. These bloggers suck. The BVS bloggers suck. Like we've had a lot of figures. I mean, I can name almost every single figure that has been released where it's like, why are you posting these pictures?
But you see everybody that goes right out of the window once we see a little clip of an unboxing of somebody, you know, showing it in hand or overseas on the ground. So I think maybe as a company, Hot Toys is like, oh, you know, that's just the way that we do things. You know, we're still doing the generic bloggers, but they don't really hold that much stock into the photos anymore because they're like, people are going to make their own assumption when they see it in hand anyways, you know? So to me, I'm not really worried about it. Personally speaking, I feel like, you know, and we're gonna get into that too, like you said, but I think she looks badass, and I feel like, you know, a lot of people need to just sit and chill, you know, wait on it and make your own assumption.
Yeah, I mean, get the sculpted. This is a comment from. I hope I'm saying your name right, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. Sildurin. Does that sound right, Flavio? Sildurin.
That's a lot better of a guess than I would. So
get the sculpted. I ordered it today. Looks much better than half the price. Yeah, if you're like Sildurin and you're even like me, get the sculpted. Like if this was not one of my favorite characters in all of like filmography, like I would not be getting Artisan because I'm too scared to mess with it. But because she's one of my favorite characters and there's an Artisan version, and I really want to attempt to get her to how she needs to be, and I'm really excited for this. Again, I'm with you guys, man. Like sculpted right now with all the Artisan issues and everything like that. Yeah, I think sculpted is the way to go.
Safer bet.
100%. And you know, but with the rooted, I think what we're trying to get at first was just don't let the blogger photos be the reason. Okay, like wait until, and that's why it's so nice for Figure Hideout and some other people to get these videos out within minutes sometimes.
Right.
Like it's crazy
because it puts all your uncertainty to rest. It's like, oh shit, like, well, it doesn't look bad here. So
what's up, Yomo? Yeah, 100%. So let's see. We got Clinton Martin in the house as well. Howdy, folks. What is up, Clinton Martin? Feel the burn.
Robert.
He says, hey, folks, channel member to the Brickyard. Thank you, sir. We got Low Key Collector. Sup, fellas? What is up, my good sir? Good to see you in these neck of the woods here. Hopefully you're having a good day. Feel the burn saying, same way people reacted to In Our Opinion. Same way people reacted to everything. And I don't blame them. I don't. I just, they got to fix the blogger photos because I do feel like these figures are coming out better than what we're seeing, you know? And I saw a side by side, and it just here. Let me see if I can actually pull
night and day. It was night
and day. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Here, actually, let me see.
The proto versus the final,
dude. It's night and day.
And that's one thing that, you know, I don't understand why everybody's getting crazy about the blogger photos because yeah, it looks questionable, but when you look back at that initial prototype figure versus what came out, I might have, you know, a bad set of eyes, but in my opinion, I feel like the hair looks better. I feel like the likeness looks better, and I just feel like it looks like a more cohesive product when you look at it, you know?
Yep.
So
Yeah,
I don't
let
know.
me see some. I don't know, man. I think she looks good. I love I love the outfit. It does worry me a little bit with those pants. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie. I do feel like if it's artisan, we should not be getting pleather.
right.
That's crazy to me. We should not be getting pleather.
Genuine leather all the way. If you're,
Yeah,
yeah,
and that base, oh, look at that base, man. And the way it
that's
lights up and flickers, like that is sweet.
it's a dope base for sure.
It's a dope base for sure. Now, the way that these, like, come on, you can fix that hair, guys.
Right.
You can fix that hair. That looks absolutely terrible. That's the blogger photos problem. Like, that's whoever took this picture, that's on them.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. But Flavio, you pre-ordered the artisan, correct?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to get the Artisan back, when she was announced, and she is since paid off, and I'm waiting for her to ship at this point from
Okay.
Sideship. So, yep.
Let
And
me present this real quick, guys.
and by any means, I'm not canceling this just off of what people were saying and stuff like that. Just because I'm happy with it. I'm happy with how it looks. So
Good. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. So, guys,
look at that.
this like she didn't look terrible for the prototype, but the prototype she was so pale, and even the hair was way too blonde. It didn't have that reddish tint. And guys, look right here. Look how the hair on the prototype is curly, just like it is in the blogger photos. We knew it's no different. Now, obviously, when we actually get the bloggers, we're hoping that it would be better and whatever. But again, we can fix that. But look at the top of the hair. That's the top of the hair on the prototype looks like somebody just put a mop on her head.
Bro, yeah.
Yeah, on the right, it's tighter. There's more color. There's more color in her face. I feel like her necklace is fit better, whereas on the prototype, it's a lot looser and longer. I like the eyes are better, and now, mind you, this is a slight different angle, but man, I think she turned out pretty good. Again, if you guys get the sculpted version, I want a sculpted version myself, because I feel like the sculpted looks, there's nothing wrong with that sculpted hair. But I'm excited to see what I can do with this artisan version to give it that realism once I'm able to mess with that hair. And you already know I'm gonna be FaceTiming D-Lo. I'm gonna be like, D-Lo, if I mess this up,
what brush should I use?
What brush should I use? Should I use a toothbrush? Should I use a scalpel?
I mean, like, just this picture right here is just, for me, is night and day, man. Like how you said, look at how the hair is laying on top of her skull. Technically, like if you look at any female when they brush their hair, it's gonna look more slim and straight like that, like it is in the final. The part in her hair looks way more definitive as it's coming out, out of the grain, versus like the prototype, how you said, how it's just sitting on it. It almost seems like the head sculpt on the left, it almost seems like I forget what figure that was, but there was a figure that we seen without the hair, and it was just like, okay, for example, you remember the Catwoman?
Yeah.
How everybody's complaint with that hair was like that it started behind the hairline in a way. That's kind of how it felt on the prototype, versus this one. It seems more natural. Like it's hanging over, her forehead in a way where it seems more like realistic to me. And the color, like you said, even the grain, the texture of the hair in the prototype versus the new one, you could tell that was like a rough cut. That was just like, oh, let's get this wool, styled enough for it to be on the prototype, but let's not really take too much time in making it look good. Right. And I feel like that's just a night and day image right there.
Well, and maybe with these blogger photos too, if they do try to make it to where it's supposed to look, they mess up on that and it looks slightly off, then people are going to judge it by that. You know what I mean? Other than just have it what it's going to look like out of the box, make it your own kind of thing, like we're kind of talking about. But real quick, Clinton Martin is messaging or commenting, the proto skin looks a lot more detailed. I agree. The nose also looks kind of soft in the final. I will agree that I believe too that the prototype is more detailed. However, I personally believe that the final does still look like, even though it isn't as detailed with the skin, it's more of her skin tone, and it looks more like Elizabeth Olsen. And again, the hair is just, and this again, my opinion, everybody kind of sees things differently, but I do feel like the hair is a million times better, and I feel like that's what everybody's kind of complaining about is the rooted hair. Whereas here it just shows that it's better than what it was. Not sure where our boy Flavio went, but hopefully he's coming back. Let's see here. Noon Tunes. The proto looks like a bad cheap wig, but the final looks good. More so, really. Yeah. Agree. Am I the only one who's waiting for Scarlet or comic Scarlet Witch? I will definitely be getting a comic Scarlet Witch if that were to happen. For sure. If Hano or some, hot whatever, whoever makes that, for sure, I'm gonna be getting that because, like I said, I love Scarlet Witch. She's top 3 female superheroes. I would say my number 1 is definitely Supergirl, and then it's between her and Black Widow after Supergirl. Let's see here. But yeah, guys, this is the kind of like the side-by-side prototype. Just kind of wanted to show that we still got the curlies in the front. But when it comes to color and shading and everything, I do feel like the final is better. But let's go back to let's see here. Stop sharing this. And let's go back to the Facebook, the blogger photos themselves. Again, the outfit kind of worries me, scares me, but that's going to happen with the sculpted version either way. Like, they got this clamp here. I would never put the clamp on the outside of the figure, especially when I know it's pleather. That would be under the jacket for sure. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't even clamp this on her waist. This would be around her leg, 100%, around her leg. Because I'm afraid of like creases and all that, so that worries me. But man, I think other than the hair in the front like that, this looks really, really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I agree with the waist clamp thing, like you said too, is like that makes no sense to me. I don't know why they do that. I know with the diorama bases, they always have the twist in waist clamp thing, but for the material of the outfit and the leg too, like the pants, I don't know why they do that. I wish there was a middle ground for that.
Something.
But even there, you see this, like how they have the hair. Like, you remember how I sent you that video, Azuki Toys on Instagram?
Yep,
he has it behind her shoulders.
Yeah. And it makes
it look so much better.
And it's not as like curled up like that either. It's like he kind of just did this and then it looks better. But dude, taking this head sculpt out of that little cylinder thing, oh my gosh.
But I'm
gonna pee my pants doing that.
But with that being said, did you see how they have that little piece of plastic in there kind of separating the hair? So it's like Hot Toys is constantly implementing little quality of life things.
Sure.
To make sure that your product gets to you safe or how they expect it to get to you,
Yeah.
So I don't know, guys. I know this is a very divisive.
Proportions are amazing. Would you say
it's the best? It's the best proportions on any Scarlet Witch figure that they've come out with. That figure next to the Wanda version and the Multiverse of Madness, you're gonna see that it's instantly gonna make her look out of scale for the other ones. It almost looks similar to Multiverse of Madness. It might or may or may not be the same. I don't know, but it looks good with this sculpt. Well,
and that base, my gosh.
The Multiverse of Madness one, that's the one that came. No, the WandaVision was the one with the weird shoulder arms, right?
Yeah.
And the Multiverse of Madness was a different body than that. If I had to guess, it would be the Multiverse of Madness one. But I think this is a complete retool as well.
Yeah.
Because that upper body is rubbery. So I'm thinking that the right here at the upper section is rubbery. And then the rest of the body, waist down, is more like sculpted plastic.
Yeah, man. Clint Martin say, how do they let that get in there with the clamp? Sheesh. Yeah, I know, right? Man. Low-key collectors asking, have you guys discussed figure hideouts video? Yeah, we discussed the video. We haven't really shown it yet. I might show some of it actually here in a minute.
Yeah, because Calvin's right. I mean, he looks so much better in the figure hideouts video, and that's kind of what's starting to make me think, like, you know, Hot Toys is thinking like, oh snap. I don't know how it goes. Maybe somebody can, you know, answer this in the chat. Brick, you might even know too. I'm sure they have to maybe pay or have a contract with these prototype the bloggers that do the photos. Like, oh snap, instead of me paying these people to take pictures of our product, why don't we just wait for the people that are boots on the ground to show it ourselves? You know what I mean? Free publicity. And it's even better because these guys are showing you multi-angles, showing you, oh, look, this is what the head sculpt looks like. There's no need to guess, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at these pictures here on Sideshow, and these are like the prototypes. And honestly, like...
Well, let me be honest, too, because...
Like, that looks bad right here.
Bro, the whole prototype, even all of it. I'm going to just be 100% honest. If the figure came out anything like this prototype or how it looked like in that side-by-side comparison, I probably would be having a way different conversation. I think
you and I were saying that even before we got the bloggers. We were worried that... You know, I was really worried about the color of her skin because I thought she was too pale.
And I never liked the hair.
And the hair, yeah, exactly. So this is stuff that we've been saying... You know, so I do see improvements. Is the hair perfect? No, I'm not trying to like be all pro artisan here, but I do feel like we can work with that.
You see this picture right here though with the hair. You see how the curls aren't as baked in, and it kind of seems like it's just falling naturally.
Yep.
That is what I feel like is going to happen with those baked in curls over time.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if they made it like this, you got to think about it. That's the other thing that I was telling you earlier. Let's put it into perspective. WB100 Wonder Woman. Everybody loved that hair. Everybody thought that was amazing hair, which I don't doubt them. I think it looked great. But that's somewhat kind of the same kind of like hair volume as this. And Wonder Woman, she had like that one big curl, right, in the front. And it stayed like that. But this, you can... best believe over time that's gonna relax, that's gonna let up. So I think that the hair is even getting better from the Wonder Woman to this. Let's think about a long-haired, you know, character. Like the way that is laying is just the biggest pro for me because I feel like it looks more realistic.
Yeah, and I'm wondering what they're gonna do to Black Widow when she's released.
I know
her whole hair is like but that's more like a crunchy look.
But you see the curls right here on the back, how I was saying? I don't think it's going to be an issue because it's going to be all over. Now, I think the only thing, future speaking, I think the only problem that people are going to have with that figure, with the Black Widow, they're going to say that it's too curled.
What's up, Doc Bat? Yeah, I could see them saying it's too curled. I don't know. I just... The only problem with Black Widow is there's no sculpted version to kind of go back to. So
right.
But Silverin saying it's a fail. They did a flight pull with round hole in the base, so we can't even replace with our own crotch grabber. Yeah.
Right. And
Hot Toy should. Yeah, dude, I'm 100% with you. I don't like those. Like I said, I always put them like even with my Spider-Man because you know Spider-Man you can't with the suit material. I always unless my Spider-Man around the waist has like that soft where like it changes patterns, I'll put the clamp around there sometimes. But I 95% of the time my Spider-Man, I put the clamp around the ankle or the thigh because if it tilts just a little bit, that it will catch it. But
that's what I was saying, though. If you pay attention to every figure that has a diorama base, it's always going to come with that screw-in thing.
Dude, and it goes back to why don't we get both bases?
We should.
I hate that. You're spending Spend $100 more. Give us both bases. Like that goes not just for Artisan, but just any deluxe, man.
The only one that I could think of that is a big diorama or display like that is the 89 Batman, and that came with a crotch grabber, but that's only because the original platform of that base is squared.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's like an existing base that they can just mold off of. But Jack Sparrow came with a waist clamp. That's a diorama base.
Spider-Man with a Sandman base is clamp.
And the Night Monkey suit as well with the Elemental. I'm looking at that right now.
And the No Way Home suit, new red and blue suit.
Exactly. And that's a diorama piece too. So I think as soon as you see, the only fix that they would have had for this is which I don't know why they didn't do that because it was past that point. But just like they did the Artisan Joker, this should have came with like a foot peg kind of situation.
Yeah. We should have, and Clinton Martin saying it too. Like it's 5 cents to produce a crotch grabber.
Right.
And it would give, like, think about this. Like if a lot of people complain about Artisan because it's so much more money just to get rooted hair, and that's the only difference. Imagine if you got both bases and they give you both options, crotch grabber or clamp, and that would just make it worth it to me, a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
even the Obi-Wan series, he even came with a waist clamp too. Like
okay.
Yeah. So
Noon Tune saying setting tight curls makes sense to ensure it styles properly once you get it. 100%. I think it's an adjustment for collectors. You just need to lightly pull the curls a little for desired effect. 100%. And I agree with that. I think with a lot of, including myself, because I'm new to rooted, I don't have a lot of rooted figures, but I think a lot of people aren't used to kind of setting it themselves and just automatically just look at those blogger photos and go, ooh, X-Man, who the fuck approved these images? Dude, it's every figure lately, bro. It's every figure. They're just, do you go on Facebook, look at blogger photos, every single set of blogger photos, you're just like, what? Like, look, that's actually a great idea real quick to see, man. This sculpt though, my gosh.
And it looks so much more like her, bro. I don't know what people are saying.
So good. It's so good.
I'm gonna pull the ladder though. Like I'm telling you, like I have a feeling that Hot Toys knows that the blogger photos at this point in time is obsolete. It doesn't make sense. Yeah. People are getting the figure and showing you how you want to see it quicker and better than the bloggers.
Right. I mean, look at the BVS stuff. I thought it looked good, but like everyone was kind of complaining about the blogger photos for this too, and
no shade to these blogger guys. Like this is what they do. They make a living out of this. But personally speaking, if it was me, I feel like Hot Toys should contract these guys to make the first videos like Sideshow does. Like, hey, just do a little quick unboxing, and then that's it.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna pull up that figure, the figure hideout video real quick, if I can find it. But as I'm looking for it, Flavio, keep on doing your thing. Keep on talking, my friend.
But yeah, I mean, I think this is a great addition, for the line as well. I think this isn't going to be the last, Scarlet Witch that we get. I also hope that we get more characters from this line, even though, it's past MCU stuff. I feel like that's like the time that I got stuck in. Like, I love that. I can't wait for Secret Wars and all this new stuff. But if they made updated figures from those movies, I'm in. I'm all in. You know what I mean? They look amazing. They're household characters. So I'm happy with it, man. Yeah. And look at that. The box, too.
Look at this, man. And shout out to Figure Hideout on Instagram. Go follow him, guys. I don't want to just be taking his content and not giving him love. But he basically saved the day because a lot of people were like, what the heck? And then saw this video. Okay, it's better.
Right.
But that material, man, I'm loving it.
Yeah, and we were talking about, I think it is split cut boot because I seen another picture and I was like, dang, it's all leather boot.
Scares the crap out of me, bro. But that plastic that you're talking about to go in between to act as the shoulders, very smart.
Smart.
Oh man, that's gonna be so scary pulling that head out.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. I think it looks good, bro. And then you futz with it a little bit.
And
Check
I
that
forgot
out.
about the eyes, bro.
That's so cool. And here's the sculpted, very nice as well.
See, now the sculpted don't. It looks great. Like it looks. I feel like it looks more accurate to how her hairstyle.
Yeah,
was
it
in
looks
the
good, but
show.
it looks like the Hot Toys figure that I already have. You know what I mean? Like I don't
Right.
need more. I have like multiple sculpted Scarlet Witches already. I want a rooted version.
And that was the incentive. That was the incentive to go for Artisan. It's real hair.
Yeah. Dude, look at this base.
They're
Look
gonna
when it
reuse
lights
that
up,
base
bro.
too. They're gonna reuse this base
When
somehow.
it lights up, it like flickers. Oh, that's nice. I like mode B, man, when it flickers. It's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks. Look at that, dude.
I like how he did the effects for the hands. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. And now that is the sculpted hair there, but man, just like look at her though. Like this looks so good.
I definitely think this figure is gonna benefit from side eye
There's the
though.
rooted.
Like having her looking off to the side.
Yeah. Well,
think
and the fact that you put on the necklace yourself, like when her head is off her neck, you put that necklace on there. It just makes it seem more realistic rather than just having it there the whole time being connected to the neck, which would be so stupid. But
For some reason, this whole time until they showed that, I thought it was gonna come on the neck already somehow.
yeah.
I don't know why, but
Yep. Let me see if I can rewind. I'm not used to watching these on. Here we go. It's come back on.
look, you see how
Look at that.
not trying to be weird, but you see from like the boobs up, that's gonna be rubber.
That's
And then-
plastic, bro.
But her abs and the waist down is gonna be sculpted. There's gonna be a break
Yeah.
in her
Yep.
upper torso.
Yeah, man. And see, I was kind of freaking out when I was opening up Jack Sparrow, my Artisan Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Just because I felt like those braids would just fall off.
He is
As I pull up. This I'm a little worried about too, just because of the glue issues that we keep hearing about with Artisan. But I do feel like the longer hair, just don't grab from. I wouldn't grab from the top of the head.
I
Kinda
feel like
grab around the chin, like
I feel like there's a track like some of the Spider-Man suits right down the middle that hair is embedded into, and then everything else is laid on top of it.
yeah. Oh
'Cause,
man,
like,
that
look at
play
how
button
good-
just gets in the worst way.
Look at how good that part is, man. Like
Yeah, I like
you
the
see,
box.
and you see for the box, they used the prototype pictures. They didn't even use the final.
Right. I love the pink that they use too. Honestly,
Yeah,
I hate those
You
neck
should-
clamps. So those neck, man, get rid of that. That's a
it's
joke.
proprietary. It's just like iPhone having their USBs and stuff in the box.
So it's crap.
They want to avoid people from being able to use different head sculpts and stuff like that and switching them out. They want them to
Yeah.
use,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's that necklace, and then you just put it on. Like that's awesome.
better be die cast.
A die cast. It's probably plastic. You know it is. I don't like that the play button is in the worst spot. Come on. now.
Right in the middle.
There we go. It looks so good. Dude, I'm excited, man.
Now,
That red is nice.
don't get me wrong though. This is day one right here. That's not to say that you're gonna probably see somebody that all their hair fell out on their copy, and not everything is perfect. There may be issues. You know what I mean? That's the risk
Yeah.
that you take with Artisan. But for the most
Oof.
part, I don't think anybody's gonna have a problem.
Yeah. Guys, we got 26 in the house. Make sure to hit that like. Let's see. X-Man saying, got my shipping invoice from Pop Collectibles this morning. $127 to ship the Artisan Wanda.
Woo!
Dang. I am
Dang.
waiting for Sideshow. And luckily it is paid off. So
X-Man, what do you think about it though? In your honest opinion, since you're gonna be getting it sooner than all of us, like, you happy with it or?
Yeah, let us know, man. Let us know. But yeah, I think the unboxing experience
It's gonna be dope.
is pretty sick, and that I can't get over that base. Yeah, she looks good. I'm glad they fixed the color of her hair.
Same.
If they would have kept the the hair that more blonde color, It would have bothered me. See, I feel like I already have that sculpted hair. I've got that hair.
Yeah, you have it with
I
the
already have it.
multiverse of madness.
Yeah, like it's fine. It looks good. There's nothing wrong with it. But like, I wanted something different, I guess.
Now, my question was though too, when we seen this first hit the scene, like, weren't we kind of in question about the jacket too? Like, oh, is it possibly gonna flake and stuff like that? I don't remember, but
Yeah,
I see it a lot better now that right there in the elbows, it's kind of like a ribbed, like, texture, and it's not like that synthetic. I don't know if that's how it was in the movie. I'm not, a Scarlet connoisseur, but I like that because it seems like you're gonna be able to pose her and not have to worry so much about the jacket.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm banking that the pants are more of like that modern suit Batman feel. Like it's a synthetic pleather in a way, but it's more supple.
yeah, I hope they upgraded that. I really do. Artists or Clinton Martin saying Anakin, both artisans should have come with a base like that. Yeah, 100%.
I agree.
They got to do better. I do think this is the best base we've seen so far with Artisan. I will say, take it back. Jack Sparrow was sick as hell.
Well, yeah, but me personally, like me speaking, I still feel like the Joker one was, because that was them implementing something new, even though it might have not been everybody's favorite design. But I like the peg system. I feel like that's the trajectory that we should be moving into, or the magnetic bases like we're gonna see with the Black Widow. Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can bring up one more video here.
I mean, that Iron Spider that's coming, the base is kind of like this, but it's more like shooting off. The rocks are like, it's like he dove down, but at the same time it comes with that waist clamp. So.
Yeah. Now, this video right here that I'm about to show is from Azuki's Toys. Guys, go follow these people on Instagram. They have a lot of good footage for these newly released videos. So, again, I wish I could expand this. I love that pink, man, like purplish pink.
Yeah, it looks dope.
Yeah, body looks good. Once again, body looks good. Material. I mean, again, like you said, hopefully they updated those pants.
And you see kind of how like her knees have like a little bit of like space, so it might not be super tight, like skin tight.
Oh, that base, man.
That does look badass.
Yep. Now that looks rough right there.
Now, how did he fix it? How do you pop it off just like that? Don't you got to twist and pull up?
Oh, you know, he was working on that shit for like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
and he cut most of it, But yeah, like that plastic, they got it separated so it doesn't get like all tangled and stuck together.
Right.
That looks good. That looks good, bro. I think. And then the hair in the back, when you put it in the back like that, that's probably how I'm gonna have it.
That's me too.
I'm gonna put it in the back just like that, so you don't have to worry about. So putting those strands in the back gets it to where you don't have to worry about futzing with it to make it look accurate in the front.
Facts.
And it looks a-okay in the back. You don't got to cover any shoulders because she's got the jacket on, and you don't have to worry about pulling the hair or the glue or anything like that. I think that looks fine.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now let's watch the rest of this real quick. Yeah, I love that flickering mode, man.
Yeah, I do like that piece.
That's sick. Yeah, sculpt looks nice.
Dude, and I even love her corset. Like it's not like just a flat color. Like it's kind of has like almost like a shimmer to it, like the actual, material.
Right. Yeah, bro. That's it's exciting. That's exciting. I would never do this pose right here.
No.
But it looks like she's skateboarding.
That's like a Harrison Dula pose right there.
Yeah, she's like roller skating or something right here. She's like, woohoo, Hey. Oh man.
That's a cool. I like that. Like how she's kind of like just balling it up, the energy.
Yep. You got to fix the hair though, but
yeah,
that pose is nice. We got one Adam 12 in the house. Mama Wanda is here. Yes, sir. Adam, are you getting this? Let us know. X-Man Supreme. I'm reserving my opinion. I ordered through them before Sideshow. Put her up because I didn't want to risk losing her to the Sideshow queue, which I did. Then waitlist converted. So now I have 2 coming. Look at this guy. He's got 2 Jack Sparrows. Got 2 Scarlet Witches.
That's awesome.
Dude,
what you should do, X-Man, is keep them both. If they're both artisan, sell one of your artisan head sculpts or trade it for a sculpted and then have both. Unless you want both artisan.
Yeah, unless you want both artisan. I would definitely want a sculpted version of this.
I feel like I'm gonna try to get it parted out just to have it, which is what kind of my goal was for all the artisan figures, just in case as a back burner. But
yeah, but dude, these bloggers are ass. Like, what is this? Like, okay, compare this look right here to the videos that we just watched.
That's crazy.
Like, this is worse than what it even looks like how it comes. Like, what they do, like squeeze the bangs together like this real quick. Like,
but then again, it's like, what are the parameters? What if Hot Toys is like, yo, you can't do this to the figure? You know what I mean? Like, what if it's just a tester? Like, we don't know.
Can I say something kind of inappropriate?
Sure, it's your show.
Don't take it this way. Do you see this right here?
That little
like that mole on the
chest assist,
bro. That when do you get detail like that? Anyway, it's not that I'm looking. Sorry, sorry, Elizabeth. But
yeah, guys, he's gonna rub his finger over that mole to see.
Hey, my wife is watching. You never know. But yeah, that's just a lot of detail in the figure. I love it. I have a one Adam 12 saying I have a Mama Wanda from from Cap's Civil War. Oh, which is basically the same outfit. It's technically artisan as it was the doll hair. I'm one and done on this character, but video looks good. Yeah, I mean I get that. But Scarlet Witch, the one I really want is Age of Ultron. I want that look. That look. Go ahead.
No. I was just saying that's the figure that I was asking you about earlier. That the Civil War one is the same exact one as this.
It's similar.
Because if you ask Adam, night and day probably. The updates are insane when you're looking at it from.
This yeah. If you're looking at like the sculpt and everything, this is night and day. You know what I mean? Like, it's
still a W. It's still 100%. A W for Hot.
But if you don't want to spend the $400 to $500, then I totally get that too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you already have a version, that's fine. Like, I know everyone's getting that new Darth Maul lately. I have a Darth Maul. Do I need the update? I don't need the update. Do I want the update? Sure. Am I going to do it? I don't know yet. But yeah, he's saying, oh yeah, this is the major upgrade, but one I have is good enough. Yeah, exactly. Right. Totally get that, man. I'm just happy they fixed the color in her face. That's my biggest thing, because that was my biggest worry. Was the color in her face. But I'm excited for this. It makes me, even more excited for Black Widow. So, guys, between this, Spider-Punk and Black Widow are my most anticipated figures this year. So, can't wait to get her in here. And then Black Widow's next. After that's released, like I don't know what's most anticipated after that. Like, what other figures do we have coming this year yet?
Bro, we got a lot, man.
I know we got like Wolverine, and
Wolverine is like one of my most anticipated too, because
to finally go with that Deadpool.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fire piece. I think the arms on that are gonna look insane. The head sculpt is still in question because everybody's seen the TVA jacket one and went crazy. But
sure,
you got that. You have Batman Returns. That's another highly anticipated.
Is that coming out this year?
No, maybe not.
I'm not 100% sure.
Maybe not. There's so many I can't keep track, guys.
Yeah. The Andrew Garfield one I think is coming out this year.
Dude, with that super
one
long.
Yeah, that looks good. But yeah, I think Black Widow is like up there.
Oh, you know what else is really anticipated for me too? I don't know if he's coming out this year. Is the artist concept of that samurai predator.
Oh yeah, that looks really cool. That
Stop
looks
sleeping
really cool.
on him. Stop sleeping on him, guys.
I did not pre-order that one. But I do have Feral Predator coming in, and I am going to pre-order. I don't know if I'm going to I don't want to go back on what I've been saying about pre-orders. Pre-orders scare me right now because of these tariff fees, not knowing what you're going to spend. I don't want to get stuck with something. We'll see. We'll see. But that I'm
Kid
definitely
Pool.
getting the Jungle Predator for sure.
Oh, we still have the Artisan Harley Quinn this year.
Yeah, that looks good too. She looks
And
really good too.
I think that hopefully it comes out very good too. With
Do we
the
need an
hair.
Artisan Thor, man? Imagine getting an Artisan Thor and he got those curls like that in the front.
Bro? That'd be insane.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
We would riot.
we would, man. That would.
And also the Artisan Joaquin Phoenix Joker too.
Yeah.
You know.
Here, I'm gonna actually pull up since we got everyone kind of here. I'm gonna pull up. Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna pull up Sideshow and kind of look these figures with you guys for a good 10 minutes before we get off of here.
Han Solo.
Let's see. Present.
I'm kind of starting to get on the fence now about God Loki, bro.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
I'm gonna cancel him. I
do it.
I don't
do it.
Yeah, I don't need that.
I might rehome him for the
Yeah.
right person, but when that time comes, who knows? Be on the
Yeah.
lookout.
Yeah, we have dude, I cannot wait for this Superman announcement. I think it's coming in June. The
Badass.
announcement. It's coming in June. It's got to come before the movie's release, which is July 11th, I think. Dude, that's gonna be sick. All right. Let's see. I think page 2 is where we got a lot of the releases coming. When's Winter Soldier release date?
I don't know. I missed him, Brick. Rub it in
That's
some
right,
more.
you did. Here he is. Look at how beautiful he is.
The only Artisan that I still miss to this day. Can you believe it?
Man.
But look at that. 1,000. That was crazy.
That's crazy.
If somebody
crazy.
wants to give me him, you know where to find me.
Yep. Nah, yeah. Man, we got we got Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Dude, where are these Resistance? Come on.
They're coming. They're coming. Give them a chance.
Terminator stuff. We got this Venom. Are you still getting this Venom, or were you going to get this Venom?
I was thinking about it to not get the 21 inches, but I might just pass on it again and just because they're gonna make him again somehow. He's gonna pop up in a movie or something. So
sure.
I don't know.
I think Beetlejuice is expected soon.
That's another one that I still have to get for sure.
Yep. We got the Phoenix Joker, Iron Spider, Artisan. Let's see, Black Widow, of course, that we've been talking about. This Darth Vader here.
Wait a minute, that Iron Man, all of them waitlisted?
Oh, dude, everything is waitlisted these days.
No. Click him though, real quick, bro. I just checked the other day. All of them are waitlisted for him.
Let's see. Waitlist. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Oh,
Dude, I wanted that one so bad.
yeah.
Damn it.
But yeah, we got good figures coming. For sure. But guys, I think without having Scarlet Witch Artisan in hand, I do think that it is a success. I do feel that the blogger photos, even though the blogger photos are not great, I do still think that they beat the Protos. And I'm just really, really, really excited. Hot Toys Hotline, welcome to the show. Thanks for showing up at the end saying, damn, not bad enough. Not bad enough indeed. Movie canon, I think I'm going to get the Batman Returns now that I have the Batmobile. Just got a modern suit. I just got my modern suit too. I actually really, really like it. I really do. I'm like I'm on this Batman just train where I'm just, I want more Batman. But guys, thank you so much. We got Bugle 6 coming Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, aka my birthday celebration. We got a couple amazing guests that will be on the show. Also got Wolfpack Wednesdays tomorrow with my boy D'Lo and Wolfpack, or I'm sorry, Jedi Knights Watch on the Wolfpack. Going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be talking about Scarlet Witch as well as what we got yesterday given to us on our lap. The Predator. Okay. Hera. All right. Young Ahsoka. And I'm sure we will be getting more this week. It's going to be a lot of fun. So this is going to be a good week for live streams. I'm also working on a new video coming out soon. So guys, thank you for showing up. We had anywhere between 20 and 30 watching, just having a good time, kind of last minute. So I appreciate it. Flavio, thank you for joining me, talking about Scarlet Witch.
As always.
Elizabeth Olsen, the GOAT. Anything you'd like to say before we go?
Choose to collect, y'all. That's all I can say is
yes. Choose to collect. Choose to collect. Good or bad day. Always choose to collect. It's going to make you feel better. If you're already feeling better, feel even better with choosing to collect.
That's right.
Yeah, sure. All right, guys. Until next time, keep bricking, choose to collect, and we'll see you on the next one.